So you are about to level up and people will attach themselves to you. When people watch you level up in life, it exposes who they are, because success and failure, they elicit different reactions from people. It's very important to observe how people treat you when you are at your lowest and how they treat you at your highest. Have you seen those kinds of movies, African or American movies, royal movies, king and queen, princess kind of movies, where someone will pretend to be poor to see if you will treat them with respect and love as opposed to showing up as themselves, just because they want to see who is real and who is fake? It's the same thing with reality. It's not fantasy. It's not fiction. It's real. People will respect you based on what you have. People will ask you silly questions about your life just because they want to grade how they will treat you. They are called service people. In my country, Nigeria, we call them high service, opportunistic, social climbers. They don't respect character, they respect status. Fair weather respect. Respect that only appears when it benefits them. Let me tell you a story about David. David was anointed, but he was treated ordinary. So David is a very similar example to this analysis. Even after being anointed king, he continued serving, tending sheep and playing music, operating quietly. Many people underestimated him because he did not look like power externally. When Samuel first came to anoint a king, even David's own family did not consider him important enough to present immediately. People often misjudge value when it's not visibly packaged. So David's obscurity, the way he showed himself, exposed the people who honored how he looks over what he actually carries, and who respects status over the character of the person. Okay? People will ask you where you come from and what you do, what your parents do for a living, just because they want to evaluate how they will treat you. So it's important to watch out for people who turn around when they perceive that you are about to level up. People who previously treated you poorly will try to connect with you and try to be close to you now that you're rich. It's something that you need to be aware of, because your level up will expose people for who they really are. So I want you to give people the chance to treat you whatever way they want to treat you at your lowest moment. As a matter of fact, when you get into an environment, you can play the game, just pretend to be poor. I mean an environment where you want to get service from, or you want to go into business from. I'm going to go in depth into it. When you enter into a new establishment or a new job or a new neighborhood, just pretend to be nothing. Pretend you have nothing. You know nothing, and watch how people treat you for the first 10 minutes. That's how you judge character, so that when you finally expose who you are, you see how they switch up. So do not show your hand first. Just be casual and then watch people's character, especially when you are in an environment where you intend on doing business with people, or you intend on hiring certain people, or give services or contracts to certain people, or when you intend to give managerial positions to certain people. This is when you need to use this. Okay, you don't need to be acting poor around, everyone, or pretending to be poor in every environment you go in just to judge character. It's kind of manipulative. But when you know there is something that is of importance to you, there is something you want to deal with people in a certain organization, and you want to test character, you can use this method. So that when they finally expose who they are, you wait and see their reaction. Do not try to seek validation by proving yourself or proving your worth or showing people that you've arrived too soon, because they will judge you. People are shallow. They will judge you based on your level up and not your true character. You will not be able to get people that actually like you and see you for who you are and not what you bring. So it's a disservice to yourself to look for validation in such people that cannot even see themselves, because it's important to surround yourself with people that actually see you beyond what you offer, beyond your accomplishments, beyond your awards. When people treat you based on how you look, how you dress, your shape, your hair, whatever makes you stand out, when people treat you specially, and that's the only reason why they treat you with respect or treat you better than the other person, there will be days where you will not be able to be your best, offer your best. There will be days where you will be down. So do you think they will still hang by you? This is very important. As women, as we go through the ladder of success, same thing with men. As we go through the ladder of success, watch people's character. because when you start leveling up, it will determine how they will treat you. And I will say this for your own sanity: do not accept those people back into your life, because if you do, everything will be fake, everything will be information gathering, and it will not last. When people start realizing that this is who you are, when people start realizing that you are great, you have a lot to offer, when people start seeing your worth, it's very important to remember how those people treated you at your lowest, because it takes a certain amount of time to see what you are really about. So play the hidden prince card. Remove status, remove symbols, remove power marks, remove visible wealth, and then observe who still honors the human being underneath. This is why the hidden prince exists across cultures. The disguise is not just about romance, it's about revealing motives. Instead of entering a room trying to impress, establish dominance, or trying to prove or announce what you have, when it's somewhere where service is to be exchanged, even if it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, okay? Minimize self-disclosure and lower your status and observe reactions, study social behavior, assess how people respect each other, because people reveal themselves more honestly when they believe you are ordinary, you are powerless, you are low status, you are unimportant, or you are able to benefit them. So once they perceive you are as high value, many begin to perform politeness, masking who they are, then networking strategically, offering selective kindness just to seek access. People will start performing. So at first you choose not to give them the whole view of who you are. When you appear to be laid back, when you don't show off, you're humble, you don't tell people about your business, you move in silence, you keep a lot of information to yourself, keep your winnings, keep your level up at the first instance of being in a new environment or being in the presence of people that previously knew you or people that knew you before your level up. Keep everything private and watch the character. When you go to an event, sit at the back and don't act like you are an RSVP, and watch how the organizers of that event treat you. If you are at an event or a seminar, you are invited as a speaker, a panelist. When you are around people that organize that show, especially when they don't know you physically, watch out for how they treat you. When you come into the building and pretend to be nobody, you pretend like you're just part of the audience, watch how they treat you. That's how you know if you should continue with that organization or not. People often reserve warmth, welcome, attention, care, professionalism for people that are visibly important. So by temporarily remove that status that's on yourself, you can observe whether respect is across board, is universal, or whether respect is based on your hierarchy. So do they respect humans or do they respect titles? This becomes your own filter for organizations, for partnership, for friendship, for business environments, for romantic relationships, especially romantic relationships. Always observe how your partner treats other people who are not on the same level as him or who are leveled up versus people who aren't, because that's the way he will treat you. Character doesn't change. It evolves. In due time, when they actually see you for who you are, when they see your level up, they will be shocked and they will want to come to your circle. They will want to know you more. They will want to look for a place to fit into your life. They will tell everyone that they know you, that they've met you before. Your level up will make people show you their true character. So never show your hands immediately. Wait to see how people treat you when you are at your lowest. When people see that you are humble, when people see that you help other people, people see that you are respectful, people see that you are kind to other people, they immediately think you're naive. They see you as someone who has nothing to offer. When you put yourself in a role of servitude, of service to people, people immediately look down on you because they feel like if you are serving people, that means you can't be served. And people often mistake when someone is humble for lack of value. Many people unconsciously interpret it as weakness or low ranking or lack of importance. And this exposes how people view you based on hierarchy. Some people only try to respect people that they perceive to be above them. That's why you see humble people are sometimes underestimated until success becomes visible, or there is a high status title, or there is a wealth that becomes very obvious then before people respect you. And this is how a lot of people's minds work. That's why when you come into a room, you don't show your hand, you don't play your cards immediately, you don't tell anyone what you're capable of. Just chill and watch how they treat you. If you know you have everything it takes to be in that room, you're the guest, you're the main person there. But you want to assess people's character, you want to assess what kind of people you are in the midst of. You want to assess who they are. You don't play your cards from the beginning. You watch out and wait for them to show you their character. Act like you're nobody for them to show you their character. Because when they finally figure out who you are, they will want to play into your circle. And it's very important that when they try to do this, you shut the door and you tell them to go back. Do not let those kinds of people in. They will ruin your life, they will suck you dry, and it's fake. They will never be able to see you for who you really are. They don't see themselves, they don't know themselves, and all of it is vain. People like that are vain and superficial. That's how you vet character. That should be in close proximity with you. People like that are disrespectful. They don't bring honor to anybody as long as the person has nothing to give them. They don't respect someone as long as the person has nothing to offer them. Their respect is based on what is to be gotten, and that's not the kind of people you want around yourself. So it's very important before you attach yourself to people, systems, organizations, or partnership, observe how they treat those that they perceive as having no leverage. Because eventually there will be moments where you are vulnerable, you will be less useful, less visible, in need of grace, or unable to provide what it's needed at that moment. So how they treat ordinary people will predict how they may eventually treat you once the crown on your head starts to slip up, your level up starts to go down, or when you disagree with their viewpoints, or when your usefulness decreases, or the power dynamic changes. So you have to watch out for people like this in friendships, in marriage, in business, in creative collaborations, in mentorship, in church groups, in leadership spaces. You're about to level up, and you will see a lot of people come around you, but not all of them are genuine. And remember how they treated you at your lowest time.